Moving on now to the University of Louisville and head coach Charlie Strong. Cardinals are 3-0 overall after a 27-13 win against Kentucky on Saturday. Cardinals back in action this Saturday against Florida International. That will be a noon Eastern time start. It will be locally televised on WHAS TV in Louisville. As we mentioned earlier, defensive end Lorenzo Malden is the American Defensive Player of the Week, and we had Teddy Bridgewater named to the weekly honor roll. Coach, thanks for joining us on the call this week. If you could take a minute to tie up the game against Kentucky, and then tell us what you're looking forward to back on the field against Florida International on Saturday, please.
Well, anytime you win a rival game, it's always exciting. Just so happy we won the game. Look at it, was first half, it was a defensive game on both sides of the ball. Kentucky was able to control our offense, and we were able to control their offense. Then the second half, right before halftime, we were able to manage to score, and then we scored the next 3 possessions after that, and our offense got on track. We just made some adjustments there at halftime where they were able to put a helmet on a helmet. And then defensively, we just played well. We were able to get off the field on third down. They were 0 for 13 on third down. But just overall, very pleased. Got to get better in the kicking game. We were still able to allow some long return yardage during the kickoff and with their kickoff return. But we're always looking to improve, always having to get better. We have an opponent this week that is not playing well right now because a new coach has installed a new system there. But for the last 2 times that we've played them, it's been a struggle for us. They came in here and beat us a couple of years ago, and then last season we had to go down and beat them 28-21. So it's on both sides. The players are very familiar because we recruit Miami. A lot of players from the city of Miami are there, and one of our players on the team, his brother plays there. So we're just looking forward to the matchup with FIU because, like I said, the last 2 times we played, it's been a really good matchup for us.
Take questions for Coach Charlie Strong. Please hit *1 on your telephone to join the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
And we'll go first to Dan Harrelson with Football.com.
Hey, Coach. Congratulations on the Kentucky win.
Thank you, Dan.
Florida, as you mentioned, you had some good games with Florida International in the past, but they're obviously struggling this year. With you guys in pretty much a national championship and conference race, if the game allows you, do you feel like within the DCS system it's a game of style to it?
No, we don't ever. We respect the game. I respect the game too much, and I know a lot of when you play an opponent, they put just as much work into it as you do. So we're never looking to go out and just style point anyone. We know this. We got to go play our best, and we have to make sure that we improve as a team, and we're always going to respect the other opponent.
Good luck Saturday, Coach.
Thank you.
And we'll go next to Dave Neal with the Miami Herald.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning, Dave.
As you mentioned, some of the players do know each other more so than perhaps others in your part of the country. They're probably as conscious of know about Florida International struggles than other players. How do you keep them from being overconfident going into this game, even though you have had 2 very tough games against them the last couple of years?
Well, the key for us, Dave, is that we always look at the last game, and we go back and know that where we have to improve from the last game. And then our players understand, and like I said, I always want them to respect any opponent, because at any time, if you're not prepared and your focus isn't there, you can very easily go lose a football game. So we just want to make sure that we get ourselves ready and we go play our best. And not that we worry about the opponent so much, but let's be concerned about ourselves and making sure that we go out there and compete at a high level.
And also, Coach Murphy, how do you believe Teddy Bridgewater's played this year?
Well, Teddy's played well. I mean, each and every game he's a leader of his team, and our players understand that on offense that as he goes, the team goes. So he's played well, and then, we still have a lot of games left to go play. So he's performed at the level that we have expected him to.
Thank you very much, Coach.
All right, thank you, Dave.
And we'll go next to Mark Weiser with Athens Banner Herald.
Hey, Coach. Dan McCarney's bringing his North Texas team to play Georgia on Saturday. I want to ask you what you remember in terms of what he brought to your defensive staff at Florida.
Well, Dan was our defensive line coach and outstanding coach. And before that week, actually, Dan was he was a head coach at Iowa State, so he's a very good football coach. His team will be well prepared, and they will, and he'll bring in a good. You'll be able to see a great product because he can put a good product on the field, a team that will compete, and they will compete at a high level. And Dan's been around football a long time, so he understands that where he's walking into, and he knows he's going to play an SEC opponent, but he'll have his team ready to play.
What did you make of him taking on the challenge of that job at this stage of his career?
Well, it's not so much I look at it as, it's a challenge for him because he wanted to go be a head coach, and whenever you go into a job and you know that you have the resources there for you to be successful, then why not go take it on? And he felt like that he had those resources in place for him.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll go next to Howie Lindsay with CardinalSports.com.
Coach, how'd you come out of the Kentucky game injury-wise?
We came out fine injury-wise. However, we have no one had an injury in that game, so we should be pretty. Our players should be ready to go practice on Tuesday. We'll go to practice, so we're fine injury-wise.
Good. And it seemed like Kentucky came out in a different front than they'd used in the first two games. Is that accurate? And what kind of adjustments were made?
We were just able, it's just an odd front, so we were able to make the adjustments. When we made the adjustment, we were able to run the football.
And do we have any other questions for Coach Strong, please?
And we have no more questions in queue.
All right, thank
you.
you.
Looking forward to talking to you next Monday.
Okay, thank you.
All right. And that is Louisville against Florida International. That will be a noon Eastern start. As we said, televised locally in Louisville on WHAS-TV.